Latifi.
Back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
A package that wasn't as competitive as we had all hoped. There was that big hope to be as quick as Max, a little bit better. Exposed a weakness of mine, a weak spot of mine. My driving style exposed a weakness of mine, a weak spot of mine to drive fast. COVID started to wear off. To be honest, I never wanted to be in Formula One.
Let's go, Lance! I got you!
It's backseat drivers time.
G'day everyone, welcome to Backseat Drivers. I am Fudd, Rob. We're doing a pre-recorded stream tonight. We've got some exciting news. I'm currently on location, not in Dutchland. Let's bring Dave in.
Hi.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Seamless.
Slick. Yeah.
Exciting news.
It shows all the professionalism.
Yeah.
Even when we're not doing this live.
Yeah. I've got exciting lighting happening above my head. You've got lighting.
Yeah, well, I try my best to excite things up. So
nice. What a weekend of racing.
Yeah, well, F1 actually turned it on and had the better racing, I thought, out of the two categories that we usually cover the most of.
True. It was actually pretty good to watch. It was, there was some great on-track battles, which I liked. Yeah. I'm sure I've heard people whinge that Zandvoort is not a great track for passing or anything, and there was heaps of good passes. There were some great passes on track.
Yeah, and funnily enough, because it does look quite tight compared to some of the newer tracks, and these big, fat, wide cars, they were actually able to get in and out from each other. But I suppose that, like, you haven't got a track that's designed to try and force passing. It's just a more natural kind of track, and it still works.
Yeah, I love that camera view down the main straight as the cars come around the rear, the last corner on that bank and over the hump and down. That looks fantastic. It's very Indianapolis.
Yeah, a bit of natural elevation, and look what you get.
Yeah, it actually looks nice. It's good to watch.
And it wasn't as straight. Like Max still won, but there was points in the race where it was a little bit questionable.
Yeah,
depending on how things fell.
I think if some teams had a bit better strategy, McLaren dropped the ball.
Definitely.
Big time. They should have pulled one of their drivers in at the start, not leave them both out on slicks.
I was I was surprised because you could see the rain coming down, and I fully understand the guys who didn't pit on lap one.
Yeah.
Like I can especially like say Max Verstappen, but then lap two when you had Sergio and Charles?
Yeah.
Absolutely flying. You're like, okay, have to come in this lap. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And then it's only going to last a few minutes, but like Perez was up like 7 seconds in sector 2.
Yeah.
You've 22 second stop time or whatever, or pit lane delta. That's only 3 laps. Oh, it's not even. It was like 7 seconds in one sector that he pulled back.
Yeah.
Like
fine.
Even if in 3 laps time you have to come back and get the slicks because it's dried out, you've made that time. Yeah. And
that's what McLaren and Mercedes probably should have done. Hedge their bets at least. Just put one on slicks. Yeah. Well, leave one out and put the other one on inters. Yeah,
which is Williams did that.
Yeah.
So Albon stayed out, and he ended up being okay from it. But it just seemed ridiculous leaving both of them out on that strategy that was probably going to be the wrong one.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So, Williams is probably in a bit better position to throw that kind of Hail Mary at it as well.
Yeah. Where did he end up, Albon? 8th.
Yeah.
not too
So
bad.
in front of both of the McLarens.
Yeah. Liam Lawson, who replaced Denny Rick for
Yeah,
crashing on his own accord.
Wristy Rick.
Yeah, Risty Rick. Thick Risty Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a bad crash. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
No, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It all seemed very low speed and
Yeah.
Liam did, I reckon, a good job considering he got chucked in the car with no. I don't think he's ever done any sim work on that car, so he doesn't know the button layouts and stuff.
Yeah.
In the wet, FP3. He finished 13th. And that was with a 10-second penalty for infringing.
Yeah, was it 10 or 5?
It could have been 5, but because they brought him and Yuki in at the same time, and Liam had nowhere to go. So
okay.
And he blocked someone, which is not his fault. He's got told to come in. He's just following instructions.
Yeah, but But then, But let's not get into just following instructions.
No.
Slippery slope.
yes, true.
Obviously, you're going to compare it like De Vries got points in a Williams. But also in the defense of Liam, it's a lot harder track. Not the right track for an AlphaTauri, whereas that was Williams were going to shine at Monza last year, things like that.
Wet track,
and that's De Vries, I think, went straight into qualifying.
Yeah,
where, but he'd done the FP1 or whatever in a
Mercedes?
Whatever they were called at the time, Aston, I think.
Oh, Aston. Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. And much easier track. What he did.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I was impressed with what Liam did.
Yeah, he got 13th. Yuki got 15th. So.
Yeah, well, he beat Yuki like Dan did in his debut with the team.
Yeah, he did some good passes. His pass on Leclerc was pretty good.
Yeah, Leclerc didn't have the best day, did he?
No. That's God. Oh, supposedly he was the one who called to come into the pits.
Yeah,
and he did it as he was driving in the pits, and they've told him to stay out.
But even with that though, like he was still in a better position than what he would have been had he waited the lap because of how much time him and Perez were making up. So that wasn't so bad. It was more the whoever he got in the kerfuffle with that damaged the car. That was the problem. But it was funny. The commentators were a bit like, Leclerc's not driving real well or whatever kind of, you're like, no, clearly there's something wrong with the car. Granted, it was a good overtake by Liam Lawson, but you don't just have an AlphaTauri drive around the outside of you.
No, not at all. I guess Sainz was what, 5th? He did a decent race, but I'm proud of Gasly. I thought Gasly put in a fantastic effort.
Well, they weren't really anywhere towards the start of the race, were they?
He started 14th or something?
Somewhere
near the back.
I don't even pay attention to those guys anymore because they're just.
All I care about is Max.
It excites me. Those pole positions and. What did you think of the old switcheroo by Red Bull?
That seemed a bit.
I'll play devil's advocate on that.
Yeah.
It was clear that Max was going to pass him.
Yeah.
Even if you then did it the right way.
Yeah.
Then Max has to pass him on track. Which then you have the problem is Checo going to try and defend or put on a fight with it or whatever, and then risk both cars. This was a very simple way of changing the positions without either of them having to fight for it. So you don't risk anything, and you get the perfect 1-2, except for the fact that Alonso beat him, and then he got his penalty.
Yeah. But that's what we want. We want to see fights on track.
As a fan, like I'd much prefer to see, but I can understand why they did it, and no matter how much you complain about it, they don't want to have a situation where Lewis crashes into Rosberg.
No,
and then you got both cars out of the race.
Yeah,
but we would have got to see Fernando win.
Exactly, Gasly second.
Yeah,
and Sainz third. It was actually nice seeing 3 different colours up on the podium.
Yeah, and I think qualifying was at the top 6 were all different manufacturers.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Yeah. The first double up was the I think Sergio in 7th.
Yeah. I did enjoy. There was, I think, one bit with Hamilton and Sainz having a good battle on track. All I could think about was how good would this be if all these guys were in equal cars, like IndyCar? How good the racing would be.
Or take Max out of it. Like if you have 2 Checo level guys in at Red Bull, all of a sudden it blows it wide open.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got Astons, McLarens, Ferraris, Alpinis, all taking wins.
I'm very disappointed in McLaren. Very disappointed in McLaren.
Well, it's because I tipped them for 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, same. Oh, so I tipped them. I put money on them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're double blame for that one.
Pretty much. Yeah, but I really enjoyed the race. It was good. F2, you didn't watch F2, I'm assuming.
No, I haven't watched F2.
Holy crap, what a race. That had plenty of drama. I obviously don't have it up here. The 2 leaders pretty much out of the race. I can't even remember now. Novalak won, which he's always just been mid to rear pack.
I was going to say, I don't even think I've heard Buffy mention him.
No, he's, The only time I really ever hear about him is when he's on the podcast with Marcus Armstrong. They're
is
streaming meals.
Is he one of the guys that goes on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I wondered who some of those other guys were.
Yeah, so he's on there all the time. It's pretty much Marcus Armstrong, Novalak, and some Australian dude who's made money in shares or something, I don't know, and he just goes to all the races and talks shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I normally only watch the Callum Ilott ones.
Yeah, I
did watch the Hinch one.
That was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Really good job on that. Check it out. Screaming Meals on YouTube.
Yeah. Give it a watch. I really like it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll give us a shout out.
Probably not. But,
tell them Backseat Drivers sent you.
And tell them to check us out, and they can come on anytime they want. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we'll get Callum on. We'll ask him. We're Marcus. We're Australians. They're almost Australians.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get confused with which one's which. And then you're like, no, that's the British one, not the New Zealand one. I should be able to tell much easier.
Yes. Should we talk about the race that just happened in America?
Yeah, well, if for an IndyCar race on an oval, if you take away Takuma Sato, who was a crash looking for a wall, he had a few cracks at it before he finally finished it off. And then
Joseph
Yeah, but
Newgard.
he didn't even cause a yellow.
No.
So, you're like,
was...
you failed on that, buddy.
Yeah.
At least if you're going to crash, like, cause a yellow.
Take some people out with you.
Yeah, that's it.
But the first crash, Penderson. What was... who was it who ran up the back of him?
Ed Carpenter.
Yeah, just
That's
drove
right.
into the back of him, took him in.
No brakes into turn one. She'll be right, mate.
Yeah.
Where did Ed end up in the end?
No, I can't seem to get the results up for the race. St. Louis?
24th. He was running.
Yeah.
What? Six laps down.
I only watched the highlights.
Yep.
How did Scott win again? It's kind of
by doing one less pit stop to everybody again.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
He was 22 seconds in front of Pato in second.
Yep.
Which is almost a lap there, isn't it?
Yep. So because of that early, like it's pretty much, if it was green all the way through, 4-stop, no questions asked. But because of that early safety car with Pedersen, it did mean if you really...
Oh.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
3 stops while everyone else had to do 4. Even a couple of them, was there Power, and I think Colton might have been on that same strategy, but they couldn't
do
make
it.
the number, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. Pato second. At least he had a decent race for once.
Well, actually, the 2 McLarens did okay.
Yeah. Was he decent?
Yeah, they were right up front. McLaughlin, other than...
Yeah, Malukas gave him a hip and shoulder.
Yeah, well, that didn't help. Or else, he probably would have been 4th.
Yeah.
But he did drop a few positions.
Because Malukas was throwing some shade on Twitter the other week,
about
saying that about the bus bows, and he said he would block them or knock them out.
Yeah. Well, that was because they threw some shade his way.
Yeah. I haven't actually watched the last episode, I don't think, so I missed that part.
They had a photo of him basically looking like a Jersey boy kind of thing. And they had a few different photos of a few of the drivers. Like they had Will Power, the double bird face one, and they were walking around Nashville streets and going, "Oh, what do you think of this guy?" And of course, the Will Power one is like, "Oh, he looks crazy" or whatever. And then they show the Malukas photo, and they're all like, "Oh, he looks like a F boy."
Yeah,
and
actually, I did see that. Sorry, but I actually didn't even realize who that was when I saw that photo.
Oh, okay.
I remember looking at it, going, "Who the hell's that?"
Yeah, well, that was Malukas.
Yeah, nice. Malukas the fuck boy.
Yeah. So he then made some Twitter comments about the bloke who wearing no shirt in 100 Days to Indy can't be calling me that.
Yeah. Has there been any more silly season stuff since last week?
Well, Ericsson has been confirmed at Andretti.
Yep.
It's probably looking like Grosjean's out of there.
Yep. Seat lined up.
Don't think so, because it's looking... Malukas was probably going to end up at Ed Carpenter until McLaren couldn't get Palou.
Yep.
And it's looking like Malukas is now probably McLaren bound.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be good, I think.
Yeah.
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 But Malukas seems to be linked with every empty seat on the grid, though.
Yeah, I think so. And I think there's probably a few in search of maybe the HMD money. which I don't think's particularly forthcoming.
Yeah. Someone did mention, someone messaged Scott McLaughlin on Twitter, asked him any beef with Malukas or good. Scotty just replied, beef.
It will be funny if it does fire up a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It needs some action.
Yeah. What do you think of the Ericsson to Andretti for a payday?
I think he's silly leaving Chip. He's going from one of the best cars on the grid to
inconsistency.
Yeah. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
What I heard though, right? So he's bringing the Husky money.
Yeah.
Whether it is actually coming from Husky or other sources, whatever. But say if you're in Chip's position, like, because I'm not sure if I'd brought that up on here or whether it was more an offline chat, but I've been saying for a while, like, obviously Chip's still trying to negotiate the Pelot thing.
Yeah.
And that's why he doesn't give two shits about Ericsson, really. And in Chip's position, you've had someone who's been bringing, say, $6 million a year, paying for that ride or whatever, don't have to worry about it. Then you've got him turning around going, no, I want to get paid, and the sponsor's not bringing money. So then you've not only got to find the $6 million, you've also got to find the paycheck for that guy while you're trying to sign someone who's actually going and winning championships for you. Yeah. So why would you wouldn't, like in Chip's position, I wouldn't give two shits. And then Andretti's got carried away and got a sponsor or whatever, wants a named driver, fair enough, because he has won the Indy 500. Yeah. But now you've sunk a shitload of money into Herder and Ericsson.
Yeah.
And Kirkwood is going to be the one who does all the winning next year, who's probably on some shit not getting paid anything kind of contract, which then you've got the potential, because he's on that, like, Penske, like, really powers on limited time frame, and Dixon as well. Like, realistically, the two of them, they've probably got a couple more years left in them. But like, Kirkwood has been impressive this year. Yeah. So I wouldn't be, if it was me, I wouldn't be dicking around with those two. I'd be, you know, or I wouldn't be dicking around with Ericsson. I'd either be looking for a, you know, ILOT or someone like that, or using that funding to lock away Kirkwood.
Yeah. Who, so I like got knocked or pushed up into the marbles and had to retire. Who pushed him up into the marbles?
I can't remember.
Maybe it was Sato, actually.
Do you reckon that's the last time we see Sato? Or do you reckon he'll be back 500?
Oh, he may get a seat at the 500 if he's got someone to pay sponsor it, but it'll be an extra car in a team or something, I reckon. He won't be taking another driver's car like he has this year. Yeah. Yeah,
well, I suppose the hard thing, that car has been there for Sato and then Armstrong's. They were looking for someone like what Ed Carpenter had been doing the last few years.
Yeah.
Like, that's his car for the ovals. That's only there. I'd like to keep the pit crew on for the rest of the year. So we'll find someone to pay for the rest of the year to share the load a little bit. And I think that was a bit this year, like, Sato had paid a big chunk of money to be on all the ovals.
Yeah.
Who wants to do the other races to keep it as a full-time?
Yeah.
Because that car also, that's ineligible for Leader Circle.
Okay.
You can only have 3 cars for Leader Circle, other than Andretti's got theirs fourth one grandfathered in.
Yeah. Okay.
The fourth Ganassi car is not eligible for Leader Circle.
Okay.
So that just means that you essentially, when you're funding it, you need an extra $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. What else happened over the weekend? That's
I think we've just covered everything.
yeah, I think we have.
It's amazing what you can achieve without Matt around.
I know. We should just have like a 30-minute cut of Matt just talking randomly that we can insert in to fill the video out.
Yeah. Or maybe we do like invite Matt on at like 8:30.
Yeah.
just keep him backstage for the first 20, 30 minutes while we cover off all the actual news, and then let him loose with.
What we need to do is get some of those little bobblehead toys of ourselves, and we just put them in front of the webcam, and they can just bobble around while he talks.
And unfortunately for fans of Matt, he's not going to be around for a few weeks now.
Why
Well, because the jerk went and got himself married, and now he's going on a honeymoon. So
look at him! Look at him! Yes.
And we're obviously pre-recording this week because we're busy travelling for work. So it's been a perfect storm this week.
So some of us actually have to put some effort into this, unlike Matt.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Who's
just
too busy
turn
drinking
up
at the moment.
and apparently he has to pack his bags or something.
Yeah. He said he's busy packing his bags and drinking, which, considering he doesn't generally drink, that probably is not a good combination.
Well, it probably is Pepsi Max.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so that he does classify that as drinking.
Get some caffeine.
Yeah. But for fans of the live stream, we will be back like normal next week. Mm-hmm. So we just wanted to we're both unavailable on Thursday, and Matt will be overseas. So we didn't want to leave poor Buffy by himself, because I tried that once and it wasn't fun.
No, what happened? I don't remember this one.
My voice ran out after.
Yes, I remember now.
And I actually had a bit of trouble with my throat for about it's probably about 10 days after that.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No. So, and I have to do a bit of talking in my day job. So, it proved a little bit of a hurdle to overcome.
Yes.
So,
that's going to be my next 4 days. Lots of talking.
Fun times.
Yeah.
I'll feel your pain by doing the same thing.
Yes, true.
Thankfully, ours only goes for 2.
Yeah. Ours goes for 3, but the last day nobody turns up. Last year, I think we had 2 people come past our stand.
Okay.
And it was after a big night of drinking cocktails as well, so it was not fun. I would have preferred people come over.
To break the boredom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it'll be good. Be good week of us doing our jobs that nobody knows what we do, which is nice.
Yeah, in general, yeah. So,
motorsport reporters.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm a part-time sales rep, a full-time motorsport reporter.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's nice to have dreams.
It is.
Anyway,
all right.
We'll see you back next week for a proper live stream. So,
sounds good. We'll be there. Thank you very much.